Hey folks, welcome to another numeracy video. In this video, we're going to be looking at rotation of an object around a particular point. Now, this particular shape here, I am going to rotate this shape around this red point here. Now, what does it actually mean by? To kind of give you a bit of a rough idea, what it's talking about is rotating this shape on that red circle point, which means it's going to look something like this. So this is what this rotation around a particular point looks like. A couple of things to be aware of. Now, when you rotate, you can rotate it in two directions. Obviously, the first one being you can actually go this way, and the second one is the other way. So if we want to rotate clockwise, what we do is we actually do this, and we follow the hands of the clock, so therefore this is known as clockwise. Now, when we want to go the opposite way, so something like this is known as anti-clockwise. So we're actually rotating the object in an anti-clockwise direction. Now, once that's done, the next thing to keep in mind is that we need to know about the angle of rotation. Now, what I'd like you to do is have a look around this area. When I start rotating, you're going to see a little gray box that's going to pop up. And that's going to tell you how much this object has been rotated by in terms of angle. So as you can see, it's about 4 degrees. We go down here, it's about 40 degrees. We get up to here, 160, 70 degrees. What happens if you get up close here? Now we're getting up to 353 degrees, at 358. But when we get to that original point, which is 360 degrees, it's same as saying 0 degrees. So 360 is pretty much saying the same thing. It's just gone one revolution. So if I start rotating this again, what's going to happen is it's going to actually go it's going to go back to the positive number. But if I go the other way, it's actually saying that's got a rotation of 355 degrees anti-clockwise. So let's take this shape and I want to rotate this 90 degrees. The best way to do this when it comes to rotating objects around the particular point is I kind of treat this area here as a quadrant. And what I do is I create a bigger square here, and you can kind of see it. There's like a light blue line here. Because what this does is this light blue square helps me rotate exactly how I want the shapes to go. So for example, when I rotate the light blue square, the shape inside of it is also going to rotate. So let's say I want to rotate this little shape 90 degrees clockwise. If I want to rotate this shape 90 degrees clockwise, then I've got to kind of rotate it like this up till 90 degrees. This is 90 degrees clockwise. Now, you might be seeing the 270 there because that's actually 270 degrees anti-clockwise. So if I go the other way, 270 degrees anti-clockwise is the same thing as saying 90 degrees clockwise. So that's just to keep in mind of that as well. So let's say I want to do this shape and I want to rotate this 180 degrees. And I don't think it matters which way you go, because if I go this way, you're going to get, that's what the shape looks like anti-clockwise at 180. And if I decide to go clockwise, then clockwise, it's also going to look exactly the same at 180 degrees. So those are just some key points to keep in mind when you're thinking about rotating objects around a point. Now what I will do is I will give you an example. I'll give you an opportunity to try it. And then what I'll do is I'll go through the answer just to see whether you're getting the same answer as me. So let's have a look at this question. And what I would love, restart. Okay, so let's have a look at this question. What I'd like to do is rotate this particular object. Let's do 90 degrees clockwise. So we're going to do 90 degrees and we're going to do clockwise. So compared to when you have a device, it's really easy to rotate objects. But when you're on pen and paper, you've got to come up with a strategy of how to actually do this. So what I like to do is I pretty much color coordinate everything. So I've got a green side here, and I'm gonna use a pink side here. So the green and pink is the only thing I'm looking at. Now what I'd like to do is I'd like to rotate this 90 degrees. So that means the pink line has to come down here 90 degrees. The green line has to go there for 90 degrees. So when I do that, what's going to happen is the green line is actually 4 units long. So it's going to end up looking up to here. Then the pink line is 3 units long. And that's pretty much given me a rough shape that I actually want to work with. Because then I know that the base is like 1 long, 3 high, and there we go. So there is my shape that's actually rotated 90 degrees clockwise. So in the next video, we'll have a look at what happens when the point that we want to rotate from is actually not on the object, but it's actually away from the object. And we'll have a look at that in the next video. All right, folks, that is basically it for this video. As always, don't forget to like this video, share this video, and subscribe to keep up with the latest content. Now, there should be a couple of playlists popping up here and here. Great material for revision, and as always, thank you for watching.